for the serious gamer.
Somewhere in the conditions that many would describe as the result of Mother Nature's PMS, a place known by the local humans as the place of the king has been a rebellion hideout for centuries. It is here that our Dutch bastard goes on his quest for the cruise missile, a highly sought out power. But what Devastation doesn't realize is that when he finally reaches Dude, you already died.
Alright, dude, just stop. That's it. That's it.
What?
What do you mean, what? I told you could only do my intro if you would act normally and Lord of the Ringsy, alright?
Stop whining.
That's it, Joe. Joe, you're fired. Get your stuff and get the fudge out.
Oh man.
Don't you just love that? Talking to yourself, then alternating a part of your voice, and then of course firing yourself for not doing your own job right. And after that, you may realize that you have to send this into a contest, but you're better off seeing a shrink. But I'm not here to see a shrink. I'm here to give you guys my gameplay. My name is Devastations. I'm a 19-year-old Dutch commentator, and I do apologize in advance, by the way, for if I stumble upon any English phrases or sentences or grammar, because I guess you know that English is not the Dutch native language. But what I got for you today is actually some Medal of Honor PC beta gameplay, because by the time I'm doing this commentary, the full game isn't out yet, which is regrettable, of course. But I do got the full game when it comes out, and I'll do some commentary with that one as well, and hopefully I'll have it next week in the, I guess, the next phase of phase 2, I guess it is. Now, I guess you can hear the narrator say that this is the quest for the cruise missile, and the narrator's name is Joe McLovin, by the way. He was given that epic name by my subscribers, which I'm very thankful for. Joe McLovin is an epic name for a narrator. But this is the quest for the cruise missile, and just to explain a little bit, I guess you guys can understand the feeling when you just got Modern Warfare 2, if you got that game, of course, and you want to get the nuke. You wanted to know what it felt like. You wanted to know how hard it is to get it, what damage it does, and how it operates and everything. Just get the basic and general idea of the nuke. And it's basically the same thing here. I wanted to get the basic idea of the cruise missile, what it is, how it works and everything. And by playing this map a few times, I actually got what I considered was the best route to do it, and still play a bit aggressive while still being in a secure spot, hiding behind cover, staying with your teammates, and of course arming the objective, what I do right here. And I guess that's a nice combination for some nice gameplay. And the cruise missile is a beast, I do warn you. It is an 18+ game, and there's gonna be some rapage, and that's not a word, I just made it up. I'm Dutch, I can make words up. But I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to get your score chain going, how to use your environment to your advantage, and how to actually push up slowly, yet steady, yet some way aggressive in this game. What I did actually was, when I looked on look at the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll see three little dildos, one more dildo, and a fingernail. You see that? That's actually the defensive score change. You got defensive ones and offensive ones. And I actually skipped the part here because it was just a Star War. It was not Star Wars, that's epic, but just a Star War. They were just stalling us out, whipping out the sniper rifles, maybe whipping out something else, but I don't know about that one. And they were just stalling us out, but it was inevitable that we actually eventually pushed up, of course. But I was talking about the defensive and offensive score chains, and as you can see in the bottom right corner again, that I actually got another defensive score chain. So what I think, that one of my teammates was cranking out defensive score chains for the entire team. Now we got match ammo, flask vest, FMJ ammo, and armor piercing ammo, which are as well supportive as offensive. And he actually gets the last score chain as well, which is either the cruise missile or the ballistic vest. He calls in the ballistic vest, I call in the cruise missile. And even though we didn't communicate, it was probably a coincidence. But by the time I saw that someone was cranking out those defensive supports on the entire team. I just went like, all right, then I'll just crank out the offensive ones, which kind of worked out. But you have to play. You can either play it safe or you can play it risky, but more like gambling. Like, I mean, if you play the defensive score chain, you always get a certain amount of points, and they will help you quite some way to the next score chain. But if you play, for instance, if you take a mortar strike over a UAV, you can get, if for instance you get 30 points for you calling a UAV, but if you get 4 people from the mortar strike, you get 40 points. So that's something you have to judge yourself. Do you think you can get a multi-kill? Do you want to kill people? Do you want to help your team out? That's something you have to judge here. But in this map, all the snipers were so bunched up that I was like, alright, I'm going to use offensive only, and it worked out for the best. Here I'm calling in my strafing run and I get a quad. After that, I'm calling in my airstrike. I get 6 people, and then of course I'm gonna get the cruise missile, but I'm not supporting that one yet. But the most important thing I did here to make sure I didn't die and give my score chain a good Viagra is basically make sure to stay out of the sight of the snipers, because the snipers in this map, that is, I don't know how it is in the full game yet. You guys will have to tell me. The snipers are overpowered. I mean, leave me a comment if you played the full original Medal of Honor yet, or you saw gameplay of it. Do you think they are overpowered, the snipers? And the same thing goes for the kill streaks. I think in this round they were overpowered. I mean, this is where I call in the cruise missile. It's a bit hard to direct. I still aim it on a cliff and I get 10 people in one cruise missile. 10 people. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it looks awesome. It's awesome gameplay, and I give my teammates and myself an awesome opportunity to push up and actually plant that charge. But is it overpowered? I don't know. I have to play the full game for that one. That's why I'm sure some of you have played it already, and I would really appreciate if you could leave me a comment. Do you think snipers are overpowered? Because it's basically a one-shot kill from everywhere. Do you think the kill streaks are overpowered? Score streaks, I'm sorry. And the game is already coming to an end. But I was talking about how I stay out of the sight of the snipers, and that's basically my biggest success here. Make sure you use your environment to your advantage in order to stay in cover, and basically make sure you're not being seen by snipers, because they have the high ground, they have an advantage over you, they got long range weapons if you're using an assault kit, of course. And that's my end score. I went 49-4 with the cruise missile. It was pretty epic, but yet again, it was a bit worrying, because I know people tend to camp in Modern Warfare 2 to get the kill streak. So we'll see how that goes when I play the full game. This was Devastations, aka the crazy Dutch bastard, I guess. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment. Later!